Welcome everybody, I'm Del Karmat and this is a speed drawing and I will be drawing with the mouse. We are now on Illustrator. This is a vector based software and here I'm drawing a sketch using the pencil tool. I want to do a female face, a portrait, and I was looking for pictures of the city on night and I want to recreate this lighting with this amber light of night, of city night, these yellow lights. So we are going to use these yellow tones on all the drawing. Since we are going to draw this night picture with artificial lights, we are going to draw these strong shadows with these strong shapes with just black tones. I'm drawing here the eye, the eyelashes, I'm using the pen tool. When you draw with the pen tool, you just click where the vector starts and where it ends. So you can see that I'm clicking and clicking, and I'm using the pathfinder tool to cut the shapes. This is like cutting color papers and pasting over. Here I'm drawing the hair and I'm going to draw it on different layers. You can see it's not just one shape because the hair doesn't move like in uniform wave. I mean, the wind just moved through the hair and the hair moved to different directions. So I'm going to create different layers and on each layer it will move at different speed and different direction. Okay, I want to draw now trees, but like a passage of trees, like an arc of trees. So right now I'm using the pencil tool. I use the shape for organic shapes. It's the same I use it for the hair. And this is not like the pen where you click where the line starts and where it ends. This is more like painting on paint. You just click and move the mouse and create shapes. So this is great for organic shapes. And I'm going to create a clip, an object as a clip. So with the spray brush, the clip spray, I'm going to spray this clip over the image. So I don't need to draw it over and over again. I just draw it one time and I reproduce it using the spray. Here I'm using the spray tools to change the size of some clips and change the direction. So this will make more organic the tree and not all the clips the same. I'm cleaning the shapes a little. When you use the clip spray, you need to expand it later because it is a clip and not a vector object. But when you expand it, now it's an object like any other I drew before. Here I'm changing the size. You can see I mixed two different clips for the leaves. Just adding these variations on the clips with the paint tools. And I want to add these yellow tones, but I also want to add depth to the drawing. So I'm going to try to do this using these tones, and the front trees will be darker than the other trees from beneath. I'm going to draw these street lights, very English and very simple. I'm using just basic shapes, rectangle and rounded rectangle and a circle, but don't worry, because I want to change this on animation later, because I will add these light glows, and this drawing we're going to get a lot more of life than right now. This is like a design piece, but I want to add this some depth. Okay, time for a little pixel retouch. We are not now using vectors, we are now using Photoshop. I want to give it this more feeling of an illustration than just a design, so I'm using these shadows and light brushes just to highlight some parts of the drawing. You can consider this like a makeup for the vector art. Sometimes I like to mix different programs with different qualities, and I got these interesting effects later mixing these tools. Like for example, here I painted the cheek using the shadows on Photoshop, but over this shape I did on Illustrator. Here I will paint the trees too, to add some fog there. So this is the hardest part, or the funniest. We're going to animate this on After Effects. I mean, this is the hardest part because all the memory this program takes from the computer, so sometimes it's slow, but I just do 5 seconds animation. Of course, this is a loop, so how it starts, it ends. Here I'm animating the eye. I'm going to cut the eye using a mask, so I'm going to add the eye pupil here inside it, beneath the layer, and now I can move it. You can see I added before a distort for the hair, so a wave distort to recreate the wind on the hair. Here you can see. Okay, let's add this wind movement on the trees. A turbulent displacement is another distort effect. Here you can see. I'm using this easy animation between keyframes, so it is accelerate and this is accelerate, and it is not a rock movement, a rock motion. You can see that it slowly goes down and it moves again. Of course, this video is a speed drawing, so it's a speed. It's fast. Okay, let's add some lights on the street lights. If you know how to use Photoshop, you know how to add these layers, these lighten layers, but I'm going to add some animation, this blinking on the light. It's just a game. I'm just playing with the opacity. It's just that. Let's add this likes beneath. I'm just copying the like composition again. Here, when I press the space bar, you can preview the animation, so I use this tool to see how this is going. Of course, I'm not using all the quality of the resolution because it's just a preview and it would take a lot of time. I just have a laptop. I don't have a powerful computer for animation, but since I don't using 3D, just plain vectors, the laptop is okay for this. I mean, this is just 5-second animation. You don't need more for that. Okay, I'm adding some shadows and some blur effects. This is just aesthetics, nothing more. Now I will add this bend effect. I don't want to bend too much this portrait. It's just a small movement to add some life to the drawing. I don't want to be too static, the drawing. Just the types of animation some tricks I do. Okay, I will add this glow, this lens flare. APRENDE will love me. I like to play with the shadows and lights and flares. Sometimes I don't know what I'm doing. I just play with layers until it gets good, and sometimes it works. I'm very intuitive with these things. I don't have a method. This is taking form, and I will add this light here, like in the lens there. Okay, this is the result. Ta-da! You can see that how this animation, this blur and this light mixes all together. The base are the vectors, but the Photoshop did its part too. So this is how I draw my animation, my NFT animations. You can see that I just took small parts that I see in real life, and with all that I do this composition. I just saw this on a park and I remember this lake and these trees, and I say I want to do something with that, and I did this. I hope that you like it. I'm not an English native speaker, so I did my best. So subscribe, send me a like, and I see you in the next video. Thank you.